Let's paint Courage. Y'all, this was my favorite show as a kid, but this scared the mess out of me. Like, what? I was like, but I love spooky stuff anyway, so that was right up my alley. If you watched my story, you saw my first attempt, and now we're just gonna be drawing him a little smaller. So we started out with a purple and black ombre base, and then now we're going to paint a bean. You could think of a jelly bean, a kidney bean, any kind of bean you like. Just draw the bean for his body. Once you finish his outline, you could go ahead and fill him in. And by the way, I watched a Nails by Dev tutorial. Y'all know I love her. Y'all know all my characters. I'm either watching her or Ball Pit Addict. They've literally made my artistic life so much easier. This little hump is going to be for his cheek. You can cure that, and then we can go ahead and start on his eyes. His eyes are going to be kind of like ovals, but with a slant at the top, and then you'll see why we slant at the top when we go to do his eyebrows later. Now we're gonna paint like a backwards B for his cheek and his mouth. It's gonna look kind of weird right now, but you just gotta trust the process. For his nose, we're gonna draw like a half circle. Cure that for like 10 seconds, and then we're gonna outline his nose in black. And I'm going to trace over it a little bit to have like a pointed bottom, and then I'm going to shade half of his nose and part of that brown off and shade it in black. Small little line for definition. And now we can move on to his eyebrows. Courage is always looking scared and depleted, and he just be going through it, baby. Outlining is probably the hardest part about doing character art, because you have to make sure everything is straight and crisp, and this is like crucial to what your paint really gonna look like. Like I said, Courage is always looking tired and woe out, so that little line is what that represents under his eye. Before we go any further, let's do his little legs. And 2 lines for his little arms. I would recommend using a dotting tool, and that might be a lot easier for you, but I'm gonna just use my brush for right now. Outlining his little hands and his feet probably took me out the most, and it would have been a lot easier for me to use a smaller brush, but child, I was being lazy. I ain't even gonna lie to you, but yeah, it still came out pretty good. I just cleaned up whatever went over whenever I was doing my line work. Now we can start on his ears. A little hump for the start of his mouth, and y'all, we almost to the end. His mouth is going to be these two little squiggly humps. I did this hump a little too long, so I'm going to just erase it and make it look a little better than that. And it's okay. Sometimes you mess up. You just got to keep going and trust the process, and don't give up, y'all. Don't give up. Sometimes it's going to look a little ratchet, but it can be fixed. And now I done got nervous, and I'm still low-key messing up, but I could just clean that little piece up right there like that. And boom. Fixed. So right underneath that squiggle, we're going to do I don't know, a little crescent line, I guess you would call that. And then his 3 little whisker dots, and complete his mouth. He also has a little spot on his booty. So or is that his back? I don't know. He built like a bean, so his booty back. Now at this point, I'm realizing I'm gonna need a smaller brush, baby. I can't be playing with my details like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch it around. Already, I'm in heaven. Why was I doing that to myself? I did his mouth so little that his teeth gotta be little too. So that's just what it's gonna be. Little teeth courage. No tea, no shade. I'm kind of doing him a favor with this white, because them teeth was yellow. Let's be real. Love you, courage. Let's finish his little mouth with his little tongue. This was the hardest part, honestly, because I should have outlined his tongue. And I went back and did that off camera. And I had to bring it closer to my face, so I didn't record that part. Deb said this was his chin, but it's giving a little chest bone or something. I don't know. Finishing off his eyes with these little dots in the middle. And there I go, making my life hard again with a damn brush. And now we're going to shade him in. Honestly, he looks better in his big body shaded. I think I just made him look like a little dirty dog. But we here now, so let's finish. Now for the best part, top coat. Cure him for 60 seconds and we're done. Which one do y'all think looks better, my first attempt or the second? Like, comment, and subscribe.